Yeah. Okay, great. Yes. Namaste and welcome everyone for today's webinar. Our topic is Voices of the Divine Mother and the Devotee Lalita Sahasranama and Sundarkand. Sundarkand. This is going to be a wonderful webinar with Acharya Mitunjay Manitri. I'm really glad to have you with us. This is going to be an interesting webinar because we're covering two different topics, but combining them with that focus on devotion and the different ways that we can commit. And for countless devotees, the Lalita Sahasranama, the Stotram, is more than just a hymn. It is a lifeline of devotion, protection, and inner awakening. Many people chant it daily in their homes, temples across the world, and the 1,000 names of the Divine Mother encapsulate profound spiritual truths, invoking her grace, guidance, and presence. And each name reveals a facet of Devi as a compassionate nurturer, fierce protector, radiant beauty, supreme wisdom, offering strength in both ordinary moments and times of challenge. And equally profound is the Sundarkand from Tulsidas's Ramcharitmanas, which shines a light on devotion through the heroic journey of Hanumanji. Filled with courage, selflessness, and divine strength, Sundarkand shows how unwavering faith can overcome obstacles, heal despair, and restore hope. It is a scripture that uplifts the spirit, reminding us that even in the darkest times, devotion and Dharma guide us forward. So whether you're a lifelong devotee studying Sanskrit or simply drawn to the beauty of sacred chanting and epic storytelling, this session will open a doorway to experiencing both the Divine Mother's 1,000 names and Hanuman's fearless devotion in a deeper, more personal way. And our wonderful guest, our faculty, our Guruji, our Swamiji, that is our Acharya ji who's leading us is Sri Mrityunjay Manitri. You want to say a quick hello, let people know where you're zooming in from, and I'll give you a proper introduction. Acharya ji, just say hello, let's do the audio check, and then I'll give you a full proper introduction.
Namaste, namaste everyone. Namaste Ankuji. Thank you so much for the webinar. I hope all the participants are joining in today. I hope the audio is okay.
Yeah, great. And if you haven't yet, please put in the chat where you're zooming in from. Love to give you a little shout out. But now let me introduce Acharya ji. Acharya Mitunjay Manitri serves as he's a faculty member in our community education division at HUA. He's teaching several courses. He's taught several courses for over years now. He's got a master of theology in Dharma Shastra from Sampurnanand Sanskrit University in Varanasi. And he brings deep expertise in Hindu scriptures, Sanskrit literature, and Vedic tradition. He's originally a native of Uttar Pradesh. Acharya Trivedi began his academic journey at Sri Rauputra Sarkar Sanskrit Gurukul, and he's cultivated a lifelong passion for Sanskrit and sacred texts. He's extensively studied the Vedas, particularly the Yajurveda, as well as Jyotisha, philosophy, and Karmakand. He's proficient in the Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, and Upanishads. He's garnered extensive experience as a priest, officiating pujas, rituals, pran pratishtas, yagnas, and all 16 sankaras. He's currently the resident priest at the Hindu temple of Antelope Valley in California in the Los Angeles area, where he's bringing spiritual insight and guidance to his community. We are glad to have Acharya with us today, and as a faculty member at Hindu University of America. Everyone who's taken his courses are impressed and appreciative, and today he's going to give us an overview and introduce us a little bit to these important scriptures. So, Acharya, it is my pleasure to host. Thank you for joining and being here with us today. I'll hand it to you to get us started.
Thank you so much, Ankurji, for your kind words and nice introduction. Again, I welcome all of you to this webinar. Before we begin, before we start, I would like to start with a prayer, and then we start our webinar. Ganga Tarang Ramani Jata Kalapam Gauri Nirantara Vibhoshitavama Bhagam नारायणप्रियमनङ्गमदापहारं वाराणसीपुरपतिं भज विश्वनाथम् सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीं मापीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्. Namaste and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining and spending your precious time with us today. Our amazing host Ankurji has described our webinar. So we have two different topics today. First, we are going to talk about the course which I'm going to offer in this coming semester of Lalita Sahasranama, and then another course on Sundarkand. So we'll begin this webinar with Lalita Sahasranam, and then we'll hold for 10-15 minutes. If you have any question regarding to that course, Lalita Sahasranam, you can ask, and then we will start going towards Sundarkandam, and then we'll welcome the question for Sundarkand. So, Ankurji, I can share my screen.
Yep, you should be able to share. Surabhaji from Atlanta, thank you for joining. Rad from Connecticut, welcome. Yes. We can see the orientation to Hindu studies. There.
So namaste everyone. As we did the chanting, first invocation to Lord Shiva, the Guru of all, Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jata Kalapam. The divine Ganga is coming out of his jata, his forehead. Gauri Nirantara Vibhushita Vama Bhagam. Bhagavati Gauri is always seated on his left side. Narayana Priya, who is Lord Shiva, who is the very beloved of Lord Narayana, Lord Vishnu. Narayana Priya Ananga Madapaharam, who is the remover, the pride of Ananga, who is the remover, the pride of Kamadeva. Madapaharam Varanasi Purapatim, who is the Pati, Pati Rakshati Yasya Pati, who is the protector, provider of Kashi, Varanasi Purapatim, Bhaja Vishwanatham. I invoke Lord Vishwanath in this webinar and class. Then again, Sindura Runavigraham Trinayanam Devi, whose Vigrah, whose entire aura looks like a vermilion color, like a light orange. Sindura Runavigraham Trinayanam, who has three eyes. Madikya Mauli Sphurat, who is adorned with the different precious gems like pearl, Madikya, Moti, Munga. Tara Nayak Shekharam, Tara Nayak, who is none other than moon, the crescent moon on her forehead, Tara Nayak Shekharam, Smitmukhi, who is very beautiful and smiling, Api Navakshoruham, whose breast is full of motherly love and compassion, Padibhya Malipurna Ratna Chashakam, who is holding the Ratna and Chashak and Amrit and nectar and full gem of pot, a pot full of gems and Amrit. Padibhya Malipurna Ratna Chashakam Raktot Palam Vipratim, who is sitting on the red lotus. Saumyam, who is very peaceful, who is very calm, who is very divine. Saumyam Ratna Ghatastharakta Charanam, whose feet is also red, looks like vermilion, and she's putting her feet on a pot full of gems. Rakta Charanam Dhyayet. I am Dhyayet. I invoke, I invite that mother in this webinar. So thank you so much again, everyone. As moving forward, let's see what Lalita Sahasranam is. Ankurji, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, at the introduction slide.
Oh, okay, it's not. It's gone from my screen. Okay, here you go. So introduction to Lalita Sahasranam. First name is Lalita, and then second is Sahasra, and third is Nam. Word Lalita meaning who is Lalit, who is beautiful, who is gorgeous. When we say beautiful, gorgeous, compassionate, it's not only one way, in all different way. Lalit meaning who is daksh, who is kushal, who is greater in all skills, who is ever beautiful, who is Lalita Raj Rajeshwari, who is Maha Tripur Sundari. That means Lalita. Who is that Lalita? Word Sahasra meaning 1000 in Sanskrit. But word Sahasra also means limitless, countless, infinite. When we have to describe something in Sanskrit which is infinite, that is when also we say Sahasra. Namo, Nama meaning names, names of that divine mother. So Devi Lalita, word Sahasra meaning 1000 and names. So the Lalita Sahasranam is to be treated as a divine hymn embodying a pure spirituality. It is not only a means of worship, the divine mother, but is also a document of great philosophic and cosmic significance, Swami Chinmayananda says. The Lalita Sahasranam, where do we find this beautiful hymn? This comes from Brahmanda Purana, the other half, the last half of Brahman Puran, where Rishi Agastya is praying to that, trying to understand about that divine mother, and Lord Vishnu has taken a form of Hayagriva and told him that even Vagdevis has composed a prayer for Devi, and that is when Lord Hayagriva gives this Lalita Sahasranam to Agastya Rishi. We find this chanting in Brahmanda Puran. It has 182 slokas, which describes the different characteristics of Devi, the beauty of Devi, and so many different aspects. The hymn is often recited during worship, as all you devotees say and do it. You, whenever you are praying to Mother, when you are want to you looking for your inner peace, we do the recite this as now for worship, invoke the blessings and the grace of Goddess Lalita. Meaning and significance of Sri Chakra worship. Often all devotees observe this Lalita Sahasranam and they think and they have this question that how this Lalita Sahasranam and Sri Yantra is connected to each other. What is the significance of Sri Yantra or other Yantra, and how the Lalita Sahasranam is there? As we in the different Devi temples, we see that the chakra, the tool, is in front of Devi covered with the kumkum. So let's see what that is. So the yantra, yantra in Sanskrit means a tool. Why do we need a tool? The tool is something to express the energy in a more powerful way. For example, to express the sound, express your voice loudly, we use tool, speakers. Express the other sounds, the instrumental sound like violin or dhol or harmonium or flute or different kind of tools to express that energy, express that power, express that sound even powerfully to reach it to more wider space. So the same way the yantra in our particular ritualistic worship, yantra is that a cosmic energy in there, and it explains, it expresses, it expresses the energy more powerful way. That's what the yantra holds the part in our puja or Sri Yantra. So the Sri Yantra is a sacred diagram composed of 9 different triangles. We will see those angles in, we will see those chakras in the different slides. The Sri Chakra considered to the embody of divine power of Devi. The Sri Chakra is nothing. What happens is in Sri Yantra, Devi is in the middle, in the Sarvanandamaya Chakra. Other all yoginis, all different devatas, all different siddhis, all different Chatushashti Pacharadhya, Chatushashti Kalamayi. The 64 thousands of the yogini surrounds Devi. So having Sri Yantra means the having the entire kutumba of Devi. Devi comes with the whole family, yogini, siddhis, and every all that aspects. Another connection of between Sri Yantra and Lalita Sahasranam is that this Sri Lalita Sahasranam has 182 shlokas, and this is how it is connected to Sri Yantra. 100 and exactly 182 devata, 182 different kind of energies and power specifically come in Sri Yantra, and there is one shlok for each devata. Srimata Sri Maharagi Srimat Simhasaneshwari Chadagnikunda Sambhuta Devakar Samudita. One shlok for one devata. So that is why we have 182 shlokas. Then comes the mantra. What is mantra? So mantra to be said, mananat trayate yasya saha mantra. By doing manan of that, by doing a repetition of that, it removes the fear. Mananat trayate meaning removes. It removes what? Your fear of life, anxiety, your depression, your thoughts. If you are distracted, do Lalita Sahasranama, recite some mantra, do the jap. So mantra is that mananatrayate, the Sri Vidya mantra, which is again connected to this particular worship of Devi Lalita Mahatripur Sundari or Sri Lalita Sahasranama Stotram. What the mantra, the Sri Vidya mantra, is a powerful mantra that is used to invoke the grace of Devi during Sri Chakra Puja. Recitation of the mantra is it believed to purify the mind and awakens one's spiritual consciousness. So what happens when you, particularly in mantra sadhana, or you are doing any mantra jap, you get the same benefit. What is the puja? Then third step in here we see the puja. We perform everyday ritual, we give bath to Bhagwan, dhup deep naivedya we do offer. So what is that? So puja, punyam janayati yasya puja. By performing that ritual, you create some good deeds, create some punya. That is what called puja. So in this particular tradition of Sri Yantra or Lalita Sahasranamam, the puja is the Sri Chakra puja is ritualistic worship that involves offering various items, as I said, to Sri Chakra Yantra, including flowers, incense, holy water. The puja is typically performed by those who have undergone initiation into the Sri Vidya tradition, or anyone who has such devotion towards Devi, they can perform the puja. In the end, this puja, word puja, I want everyone's attention on this. When we say puja, it is the 4 step of something. Those 4 steps together is a puja. Usually we just follow one step and we consider that maine puja kar liya, or I have done the puja. So puja has these 4 steps. I need your attention here. Archan, stuti, jap, and dhyan. So the puja is these 4 steps. First, you do the archan, where you offer these natural supplies to goddess. Then you complete that, and then you have to do stuti. This is where this Lalita Sahasranam comes, or Vishnu Sahasranam, or Shiva Sahasranam, or Ganesh Torshis, or Shiv Manas Puja, or Devi Mahatmyam. There are various and so many of the stuti of Bhagwan, or Sundarkand. That's also stuti. So then you have to do the stuti. Then we are not much involved in the stuff. We are not much involved in the vidhi. Now we are just sitting down and we are reciting. We are saying the stuti. Stuti meaning reciting these prayers. Then comes the jap. Then you do the kind of the main devata you invited. The same mantra of that devata you do the jap. Whatever his mantra is, you recite it 108 times, 51 times, 11 times. And then you do the dhyan. Then even you drop that. From stuti, you come to jap. It is more subtler than the stuti is subtle than puja. Then the jap is subtler than dhyan. And then you come to the 4th step of puja, which is after the jap, which is dhyan, subtlest than all these 3, where you don't have any object, you are not reciting anything, you are focusing in yourself, or if you are new, you are focusing that devata in you. So these 4 steps, stuti, jap, archan, stuti, jap, and dhyan, these 4 steps are the puja. So then this yantra, mantra, and puja part comes during this Lalita Sahasranam observation, or Sri Yantra or Sri Chakra. In our class, we will not only be learning the right pronunciation of the verses of Lalita Sahasranam, we will be understanding the meanings of each name deeply, and also how this question of Sri Yantra comes, where it is what is relevance of Sri Yantra, and all we will see in our class. This is how a Sri Yantra looks like. As I said, it has 9 different steps. The first is here. The second is Shodash, 16 petals lotus, then 8 petal lotus, then 14 triangles, then 10 triangles of 2, then 8 triangles, and then the third triangle and the bindu. So this is what, or 9 chakra, 9 different angles, 9 different chakras together make this Sri Yantra. And in the class we will go more on this, that where which devata comes, what, how to do the puja, how to observe it, how to do the worship, how to do the prana pratishtha. Every word of Lalita Sahasranama is a mantra. If you don't know, let's say I just explained that do the repetition, do the jap, do recite after the stuti, do the jap, and you don't have any mantra, you have not undergone any initiation, you haven't found your gurus, you are just lost, or you are just thinking, oh, whether I am okay, or whether there are too many rules and regulation, so many devotee things, and they don't get into this. So every word, any name which you like of mother, you can have it as the mantra, because it is composed by Vagdevis. Every single name of Devi in Lalita Sahasranam is a mantra. Mantra again, mananatrayate, who can remove your fear, who can fulfill your wishes. Pandit or devotees perform Lalita Sahasranam homam, kumkumarchan, or archan, or abhishek, or pujan, or tarpan, or marjan, for its power to bestow on the performer wealth, auspiciousness, victory, health, peace, among other things. Sage Vyasa says that. As Lalita Mahatripur Sundari or the Sri Vidya tradition says, Ya Bhogadayini Devi Jivan Mukti Pradanasa Lalita tu Ubhaya Prada. Bhagavati Lalita is Ubhaya Prada. Sri is, what is the Sri Vidya? What is Sri or Vidya means? Sri meaning wealth and Vidya meaning knowledge. So whatever you want, she is capable of blessing her devotee with worldly pleasure if you want everything. And if you want self-realization, if you want the moksha, then she will give you that too. So that we come and gain by performing the Lalita Sahasranam. Each of 1,000 names in Lalita Sahasranam is imbued with spiritual significance and deeper meaning. There are every name of Lalita Sahasranam is, it's not just the meaning, it has a 2-3 layers of meaning. We can grab any meaning. Nakhadidhiti sanchanna namajjana tamo guna. Devi's feet, if you happen to see the Devi's feet, the nail, namajjana tamo guna, it will majjan, it will clarify, it will remove, it will just finish your ignorance. Karanguli nakhotpanna narayana dashakriti. It is not just the meaning right there that Devi's Karanguli, in her 10 nails, 10 fingers are equal to Vishnu. There are again different meaning to that, that her capacity of that each name, her capacity of each finger or fingernail is equal to one avatar of Mahavishnu, or each avatar has come from her one fingernail. So these are the, it's not just the one meaning in it, as it says, the significance and deeper meaning after each name and each name. They describe the quality, definitely the what kind of Devi it is. If someone is new, have not never done the Lalita Sahasranam and want to know about who this Lalita Mahatripur Sundari is, so those, there are some names which describe the qualities, characteristics of Devi, what Devi is, how Devi is saving devotee, what is her power, what is her nature, what is her love towards the devotee, including her power, wisdom, beauty, and compassion towards her devotees, towards her observer. Importance of Lalita, reciting it or during puja or ritualistic practices awakens spiritual consciousness. Reciting the name of Duri Devi during any puja, Sri Chakra puja, believed to stimulate the subtle psychic centers in our body, awakening the spiritual consciousness of the practitioner. She is not just outer worship. Lalita Sahasranam is also an inner worship, where it says that in which chakra Devi is there. Swadhishthanam bhujagata chaturvakta manohara shula dya yudasampanna pitavarnati garvita medo nishtha madhuprita bandhinyadi samanvata dadhanna saktahridaya kakini rupadharani. This is just the description of how Devi is in your Swadhishthan. Then how Devi is there in your Manipur, how Devi is in your Mooladhara. Mooladharam Bhujarudha Panchavakrasti Sansita Ankushadi Praharana Varadadni Shevita. Devi is there as a Kundali, as that sleeping serpent in your Kundalini, which raises, you can raise by doing Lalita Sahasranamam, by understanding its meaning, by understanding the proper pronunciation. When you observe it slowly, by doing that, you can awaken your Kundalini. Invokes the blessings of the goddess. Reciting the names of Lalita Sahasranam is considered to invoke, to get the grace of blessing of Ma, blessing of Divine Mother. Providing, of course, Devi is there. Devi always says, Itham yada yada, even not to, or why she is there, why she was born. The very question of her existence was, Chidagnikunda Sambhuta Deva Karya Samudyata. She is born from the pure consciousness, and not just to shape the devotees. She was the main work of her, main reason of her appearance was Devakarya Samudyata, even to save the devatas from the trouble. So she provides the prosperity, protection, and spiritual growth to her devotees. Purifies the mind, because once you understand the name, the meaning, the slowly you get the same kind of characteristics. Many of us just keep doing it, which also gets the same benefit. But once you know the meaning of each name, then you can do it in a meditative state, where you are reciting Sri Mata, Sri Maharagi, Srimat Singhasaneshwari, an exact meaning, and Devi is appearing in your mind. That is where we get this. The power of Lalita Sahasranam is believed to purify the mind, first inner and then slowly outer body, removing negative thoughts, emotions, and tendencies. The Lalita Sahasranam, I cannot speak, I can go on and go on and go on, but just to bring everything together, it is a very powerful hymn, and it is being observed in among all throughout the world now. There are groups who recite the Lalita Sahasranam even in America, and different groups, ladies, mothers, they do it. It's powerful hymn that has been revered by practitioners of Sri Vidya of centuries. Manovidya, Chandra Vidya, Chandra Mandala Madhyaga, Charu Rupa, Charu Hasa, Charu Chand Kaladhara, even the Brahma Vishnu Mahesh, even the Yam Kuber Varun, even the moon, even sun, even Agastya, even Lopa Mudra Chita Lila Brahmanda Mandala, they have done this worship of Lalita. They have observed the same worship. They have observed the same Lalita Sahasranamam, which reciting of that can lead us to greater personal growth, prosperity, and protection. Whether reciting the hymn during Sri Chakra Puja or as a part of your personal spiritual practice, the power of Lalita Sahasranam is unbelievable. Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. I do the namaskaram. I bow down to that Devi who sours, who is Triambake, who is the goddess, who is the mother who sits with the Lord Shiva, Triambak, and offers and showers the blessing on the devotees. I would stop here, and I will welcome the question related to Lalita Sahasranamam first, Ankurji, and then we'll go on to Vishnu Sahasranam.
Yes, great. I'll drop a little bit of the details of the course in the chat. You can click. Lakshman Das says, Lakshmanji says, he's actually never heard of Lalita Devi as goddess. The famous goddesses are Saraswati, Lakshmi, Shakti, we may know other ones. And the only Lalita known to me was of Saheli of Radha. So if you can just go into some of that background.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. He's right. There is one Devi or one uh, Saheli, as he says, a friend of Radha, Devi, Lalita, Mandavi, some of that. But Devi Lalita Mahadev Sundari in this context, which comes in Brahmand Puran, is different. She is the mother. She is that. Let me quote this. A Brahma Kita Janani Varnashrama Vidhayini. She is that mother of Brahma, even from the Brahma to the smallest insect on this planet. So Devi, this Lalita Mahatripur Sundari comes in Brahmand. Of course, there is that the friend of Devi Radha, but this Lalita Mahatripur Sundari, which we are talking about, is the most powerful Devi, and Brahmand Puran proves it. Even different Vishnu Puran saves it. So that is the different Devi, as I explained. Lalita Mahatripur Sundari.
Nice. We have Koyani You have your hand up. Let me allow you to talk. Acharya, I guess you forwarded your Zoom link to a couple people to join.
Yes.
So they have joined as panelists under your name. If they can rename themselves, that'll be great. And if you have comments, we can have them participate as well. Kalyani ji, go ahead.
Yeah, two questions. I looked up the HUA website, and this is offered in two parts, 1 and 2. And when will the second part be? And the second thing was, will the Lalita Sahasranamam any particular resource that we need to look up beforehand, or will you be giving us the materials to go through in Sanskrit ahead of time, or how will this happen?
Perfect. So Kalyaniji, yes, this course is provided in two parts. First part will be from Shlok, Dhyan, Nyas, and from Shlok number 1 to 90, our first part. And then second part right after this, it's a continuation of two parts. So then next semester will be the second part. So, and the second question you asked about the material, all the material will be provided in our LMS, Learning Management System. So different, the names, the PDFs, then everything, all the material for learning will be there. We also welcome people who want to recite and learn in their own language too. Like someone, if you can recite in Sanskrit, wonderful. If you can recite in English is wonderful, but someone who cannot recite and having trouble, they are welcome to recite it in their own regional language also.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kalyani ji. Surender ji is asking to get into Pran Pratishta. Would appreciate some light on that, and that's a big concept and pretty deep. So if you can get into that a little bit.
So the concept of Prana Pratishtha, bringing that divine energy, which is expressed in the sounds, जो परा पश्यंति मध्यमा और वैखरी में फैला हुआ है, जो देवता, जो एनर्जी हमारे आसपास है, who is everywhere, bringing that particular form of God energy into one space, one part. That's what the Prana Pratishtha is. So in the Prana Pratishtha, we have to see if it is yantra or devata, all the parts of the devata, is it right or not? Is it the yantra which you are doing Prana Pratishtha, it is made correctly, all the angles, triangles are completely right or not? The murti, if you do the Prana Pratishtha, you have to look that it's not broken any part, all the body parts are complete and wonderful. So all that we have to look first. Give me 1 second. Then we also during the Prana Pratishtha, we purify that idol first, that murti first, and then by reciting some bij mantras, we invite that particular devata, that energy in the sound form, and invoke that energy in that particular idol or yantra. There are specific mantras, a specific method for different devatas. That's what called Prana Pratishtha.
Nice. Neelavji, thank you for joining. Dilipji from Maryland, a regular, glad to have you. Morgan from Indiana, welcome. Naliniji from West Lynn, Oregon. Thank you all for joining. I put a little bit of the details of the course, Lalita Sahasranama, in the chat. Last question on this before we move on to Sundarkand. Surabiji is asking, do we need to be restricted with the time of day when we're chanting Lalita Sahasranama on our own? When is the best time to chant? How does that impact the energy and the vibrations?
In my personal experience, any time for God's puja, any time for prayer is wonderful. You have to be focused. It is not you have made one time and that particular time you are not focused. You are not in devotion. You are not in reverence. You can definitely do any time of the day. I know that it's busy life in America, even in India, everywhere. So you have to find that 10 or 20 and 15 and 30 minutes in between your day. If you can do it one time every day, like evening or morning, wonderful. If not, then whenever you are getting the time, you can do it anytime the God's prayers are done. It's not a particular time, and it just, you have to be focused. You are in it. That is when you do it.
Yeah. Okay. Aurora Ji, I don't think Acharya Ji is going to be initiating people in this course. It's more of a course. So you're going to be engaged in discussion and dialogue. You're going to have all the readings. You're going to go through week by week and learn specific aspects of the Lalita Sahasranama. So it's not an initiation type of course. So thank you for joining. Binduji is asking, do you teach Nyasa in the course?
Yes, the normal nyas of starting how to start Lalita Sahasranam are taught in the class. If you have questions about other nyas and you are already initiated in Sri Vidya, I would definitely, tell you about more nyas, because in Sri Yantra, Chakra and Sri Vidya, there are more nyasas to be done. In the particular our class, we are going to teach you, we are going to prepare everyone to recite it properly first, to say the name properly, to get the benefit, get the result properly. So we'll do that, and the meaning of each name.
Nice. Surendraji is saying that some of the different stotras, the Ram Sahasranama, the Masita Sahasranama, Sri Hanuman Sahasranama, so on, have a lot of names in common. Is that true? About he's saying about a third. And then his second question is, can we pick either one of them and keep on chanting? Would be fine on keeping chanting different Sahasranama at different occasions. Maybe you can talk about that a little bit.
Yes. So yeah, there are some names you will find in among other different stotras are the same, because those names are based in the nature of Bhagwan, characteristics of Bhagwan. Let's say you cannot say the Devi is compassionate, Devi is loving, but Vishnu is not. But Ganesha is not loving to his devotees. So there are definitely some name like, Mata or mother, or someone who is compassionate, someone who is loving to devotee, Viprapriya, Viprarupa, Vishwabhramanakarani. Like it here is also said that she likes people who are practicing, she likes people who want to go in the worship. But there are name those. Why do you find that same name? Because those name are the nature based name, the characteristics based name. And to come to your second question, to recite, I would definitely say yes, you recite in different sahasranams to get to know about all Bhagwan. But you find one which resonates with you, like your Ishtadevata, like your particular Devata, which you understand more, which you connect more, and you do that particular sahasranam more than the others.
Nice. All right. So the class structure, if you want to just get into that a little bit, maybe some people missed that. It's pretty interesting. So Binduji, thank you for that.
So class 1 hour 30-minute class we have, every class 90-minute class. First 1/3 of class is based of pronunciation and meaning. We will be learning 2-3 slokas, and then we will go on the meaning, their philosophical meaning, their ritualistic meaning, just the name of the Devi, and that. And then other half, or the 20 minutes of the last class, we will welcome any kind of question. I don't strict my students to ask only question related to Lalita Sahasranam. You can ask me any question according to my ability. I would try to answer it. For example, related to your daily worship, related to Devi, whatever you are doing it every day, and any other question regards to Lalita Sahasranam, Sri Vidya tradition, other tradition. So the 20 minutes last of the class are dedicated to the question answering and your curiosities. Then we have a structure where you are required to upload your voice notes after the class. That's the assignments we have made, that you go and you will recite 5 to 10 slokas, you will update, you will send that into LMS in our program. We will listen to it, and I will know that how you are improving, how you are doing. And then we will have a quiz, a final quiz, where you answer the name, the meaning of the name. So this is how our course is structured.
Great. I think that's a great question to pivot to Sundarkand. So Acharya ji is amazing. Obviously, his breadth and depth of knowledge is vast, and as he said, he answers questions, whatever comes his way. But having some structure, having different courses for different folks is definitely a benefit. And so he's offering 2 courses this next quarter, and now we will get into the Sundarkand.
Of course. Thank you. Even if you get any other question by end of this webinar, according to Lalita Sahasranama or Sundarkand, we'll take that. Don't worry. Just 1 second, Ankurji.
Yeah, and if you haven't put in the chat where you're zooming in from, you can put in there. I can give you a shout out. And to our new panelists, if you can rename yourselves, I just named you students to make sure that people don't confuse. I've launched another poll. Just let us know if you're interested in the course. If you want to wait until the second half of the presentation, no worries. Yeah, and if you haven't taken a course at HUA, you get your at hua.edu email address. Acharya mentioned the learning management system week by week. We try to make it easy to learn, right? The technology aspect, we take care of that. And then we give you that direct connection to wonderful faculty, Gurujis like Mrityunjay ji. So now let's get started on Sundarkand.
Perfect. So now let's going to give a very short description of Sundarkand. अतुलित बलधामम हेम शैलाभदेहम धनुजवन कृशानुम ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यम सकल गुण निधानम वानराणामधीशम रघुपति प्रिय भक्तम वातजातम नमामि. Atulita Baladhamam, who has infinite power, Hema Shailabadeham, whose body is shining and is like a mountain, Dhanujavan Krishanum, who is very fit body, Jnani Namagraganyam, who is always counted at first whenever you are doing the number, you are counting that, oh, how many Jnanis are there? His name comes first, Jnani Namagraganyam. Sakala Guna Nidhanam, he is Nidhan. Nidhan meaning he is a treasure house of all greater skills and guna. He has all guna. जितने भी आप अच्छे गुणों को सोच सकते हैं, समझ सकते हैं, अज्यूम कर सकते हैं, वो सारे हनुमान जी में हैं. सकल गुण निधानम वानराणाम अधीशम. He is adhish, he is a leader. As another way, another shloka says, मनोजमं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानर यूथ मुख्यम. He is the youth mukhya. He is the leader of other vanaras, other his clan. Sakala gun nidhanam vanaranam adhisham. He is Raghupati priya bhaktam. He is the beloved devotee of Rama, or very fond of Ram, is very fond of Hanuman. And सकल गुण निधानम वानराणाम अधीशम रघुपति प्रिभक्तम वात जातम नमामि. Who is also a son of Vat, meaning Vayudeva, who is Anjani Putra Pavan Sutanama. So he is Vat Jatam Namami. I invoke Lord Hanuman into this webinar, into this part of Sundarkand. What is the Sundarkand? The title of the Sundarkand, let's see that. Sundar, it has 2 different words, word Sundar and then word Kand. So word Sundar, as many of, and this course is going to be taught in both in Hindi and English. So I will be using little bit of Hindi and English both. So in word Sundar, Sundar in Hindi, when you see, what do you feel? Ki, bahut sundar, acha, amazing. And the Kand here, it means a chapter. In Ramcharitmanas, you will find the chapter Bal Kand, Ayodhya Kand, Kishkindha Kand, Aranya Kand, Kishkindha Kand, Sundarkand. So like that, Lanka Kand. Then we have Uttarkand. So these are the Kand here means the chapter. Sundar, which the beauty, what is the beauty? What is the Sundar about this particular chapter? There is beauty of thoughts. You can learn from that. There is beauty of nature. There is beauty of action. There is beauty of conduct. There is beauty of being obedient. There is beauty of devotion. There is beauty of wisdom, knowledge, and all those things together. This Kand brings the result. ये आपको आपका उत्तर देता है, आपकी समस्याओं को दूर करता है. That's what the word Sundarkand means. All जितने भी कार्य इसमें हुए, जितने भी क्रियाएं इसमें हनुमान जी ने की, वो सारे विचार करके किए गए. So the Sundarkand happens in our life when you doing something by thoughtfully, by being present in there, by planning it properly. What happens in Lanka Kand? What happens in Lanka? They don't think of results, they just do it. So this Sundar Kand, word Sundar meaning beautiful, auspicious, good, and Kand meaning a chapter of all the good, all the Sundar which I described. So this Sundar Kand is the 5th chapter of Ramcharitmanas. Ramcharitmanas, many of our different origin, different part of India, we have at least 237 types of Ramayanas written, meaning story of Rama written in 237 types of Ramayana we have. Among their very famous is Valmiki Ramayana, which has 24,000 sloks in Sanskrit. Then we have Tulsidas Ramayana. Then we have so many different Ramayans which talks about Ramji, his life. This particular Sundarkand, which we are going to be learning in the course, is based off Ramcharitmanas, written by Goswami Tulsidas ji. Who is this Tulsidas ji? He is a sage from 16th century, born in Uttar Pradesh, and he's the one who wrote this Ramcharitmanas. He's not just the author of Ramcharitmanas, he is a great sage and devotee of Rama. He is the one who wrote Hanuman Chalisa, the famous Hanuman Chalisa which we do. He is the one who wrote Bajrang Baan. He is the one Doha or Dohapadi, Vakyapadi, Krishnapadi, all that Bajrang Baan, Hanuman, Bahuk, all these are different, and there are many. These are his rachana. This is what he written. So this is Goswami, written by Goswami Tulsi Das, Ramcharitmanas and Sundarkand we will be learning. The chapter, what is happening in the Sundarkand, just to, like, if someone is who does not know more about Sundarkand, the chapter narrates the journey of Hanumanji's in search of Ma Sita. Say the story is going on where Sundarkand comes, where Lord Hanumanji, among with other followers, other warriors, is being sent out from Sugriv, being king of Kiskindha, to go and look and search for Devi Sita. And that is where the real Hanumanji comes. That is where the real Hanumanji comes in the story and shows all his devotion, wisdom, strength, courage, heroism. Hanumanji's struggle for self-realization is seen when he faces the obstacles on his way to find Ma Sita. This is where we connect the Sundarkand in our life, when we struggle to self-realization. When we use the word self-realization, it is not always mean कि भाई हम बस अपनी आत्मा को जान लें, बुद्धि मन विकारों को जान लें, वही self-realization है. This kind of self-realization is always also there, where you are not able to identify your own power, where you have forgotten your power, where you have आपने अपनी शक्तियों को ही भुला दिया है. आप ही भूल गए हैं कि आप क्या हैं. आप ही भूल गए हैं कि आप में क्या नॉलेज है. आप ही भूल गए हैं कि आप में क्या शक्तियां हैं, क्या कैपेसिटी है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट्स से यू जस्ट have disowned yourself and you are struggling with anxiety, fearlessness, and you are just struggling. So this is Sundarkand, which restores his devotee as is restored first in the beginning Hanumanji's struggle for self-realization. The story goes where all of them are met, and they know that Sita ji is in Lanka, but no one can jump. There is no bridge, there is no boats, there is not any yacht to get there. Someone has to jump that 1000 koti samudra and in the Lanka, and everyone is struggling, finding who is capable of that job. Angat says that I am capable of going, I can jump, but I cannot come back. I have only this much strength that I can jump from here to there, but I cannot come back from there. Everyone is struggling. Hanumanji, in that sense, in that time, he did not know about his own powers. And then this great Jamwant comes in the story, and this is where the beauty, even the beginning of this Sundarkand, the beauty of Sundarkand is shown very, very beautifully. Jamwant ke bachan suhai, suni Hanumant hridaya ati bhai. Now you look, it is just not the chaupai. What is the beauty? What is the Sundar here? What is the beauty here? Jamavanta is saying Vachan Suhaye, and Hanumanji is being young. Hanumanji is being youth, is listening to Jamvant, and in Jamavantra Mantri Atibudha. Jamvantra is someone who is older, and he is saying, and Hanumanji is listening. So it is a message to the society. When the experienced person, when the elder speaks and younger listens to them, this is where Sundarkand happens. Yahi se Sundarkand aayega. So Hanumanji here, Jamvantji is someone who told him, who remembered him, that you have so much strength. You are the son of Anjani. You are son of Vayudev, and he remembers his all strengths, and that is when Bhagwan Hanumanji realizes his all power and shows his courage in the Sundarkand, and he jumps from that mountain and depicts Hanumanji's total surrender to Sri Ram, the Supreme Master. Shows the devotion of Hanumanji, how great devotee he is, and when he surrenders to Rama. The devotion is said here, Hanuman, the second chaupai after that, Hanuman tehi parsa doha kar puni keen pranam, and he says, Ram kaj keen he binu mohi kaha visram. That is what devotion is. Bhakti is not something ki ek din kar diya, ab theek hai, ab kal karenge, अब कल नहीं हो पाई, क्या करें, समय नहीं मिला. Bhakti is something every day with devotion. You can do it in different time. At least you are doing in your manas. That is also bhakti. If you are not able to do physically, do it in your manas. Then after realizing all his power, Hanuman tehi parsa, Hanuman touches that and does the pranam of Hanuman and quotes that Ram kaj kinhe bunyu mohi kaha visram. When the obstacle comes in his path, when Menak says, okay, please stay with me, and reveal, you must be tired, and then you go on, then he says, no, Ram kaj kinhe bin mohi kaha visram. Unless I do my jap, unless I do my recitation, unless I do my Sundarkand, unless I follow my everyday ritual, unless I do my japam, unless I recite Hanuman Chalisa, no, I cannot begin my day, I cannot start my day, or even everything, my whole day is done. I cannot sleep unless I do this much. At least ek ghari, aadhi mein punya aadhi. 24 minutes, 12 minutes, 6 minutes, 3 minutes of bhakti is enough. Tulsidas ji is saying, you don't have to sit for hour and hour, but yes, every day. This shows the devotion of Lord Hanumanji, that he never acts for himself. He is always towards Rama. That is where the surrender, that is where the bhakti is there. The agad shraddha, the akut bhakti is there. His devotion gives him what devotion gives us. Bhakti se aapko milta kya hai? Bhakti just reveals, just gives out, takes out your own strengths. जब आप भक्तिमय होते हैं तो आपके अंदर की शक्तियां अपने आप निकलती हैं. जैसे the way it happened for Hanumanji. Then he jumped, then he went to the Lanka and showed his heroism, did the Ramji's job. Bhakti becomes a source of all power. Bhakti gives you such a strength that you can do anything. During the Sundarkand, we see how the courageous is Hanumanji. So the whole Sundarkand is based, has so many different aspects. But as I want all of you to focus, to learn and to apply that knowledge, apply the Sundarkand, bring that Sundar, bring that beauty in our day-to-day life, is this bhakti, shraddha, courage, sahas. And how Hanumanji is courage, how is showing his courage, how the bhakti, how the devotion is bringing courage to Hanumanji. Sundarkand says, jas sursa badanu padhava, tasudun kapi roop dekhava. Meaning, how we can connect the simple meaning. There was a Rakshashi Surasa who says, no, I will eat you, and then you can go The Hanumanji biggers himself along. He becomes so vast, and again he becomes, and he says that, you cannot even eat me. Meaning that what another meaning is there. Just a sursa. Sursa here represents our day-to-day problems, day-to-day obstacles, and they are keep becoming bigger and bigger. सुरसा बदन बढ़ावा, भाई समस्याएं तो रोज बढ़ रही हैं। आज एक थी, कल दो हैं, कल वर्क से रिलेटेड थी, कल घर से रिलेटेड थी, कल कार से रिलेटेड थी, कल रिलेशन से रिलेटेड थी। तो सुरसा बदन बढ़ावा, समस्याएं, द प्रॉब्लम, द ऑब्स्टिकल्स विल कीप इंक्रीजिंग इन अवर लाइफ, बट द करेजियस वन तासुदून कपि रूप दिखावा। Our courage, our ability to fight them, we have to show the double courage. We have to show that no, I am there to face tasdoon kapi roop dikhawa. Shows the Hanumanji's courage, shows his power of bhakti. The leap over the ocean shows the fearless determination. You can jump, you can go after your obstacles, your problems, but you have to a fearless determination. आप में अगाध दृढ़ संकल्प होना चाहिए. When we have dhrana sankalp, we have fearless, no, I can do it, I will do it. That is when that happens, and that shows that how Hanumanji was able to jump. Not even one time he went there, and he easily came back. Challenges appear small when anchored in faith. If you are not just faith, have faith in yourself, in your self, in your knowledge. Faith meaning it's not just something which is not there and you have faith on that. No, faith in your strength, faith how much you know, faith how much you are right and wrong. Everyone knows how much right and wrong they are, and then you act courageously. How Hanumanji shows in the Sundarkand of his why he is called Jnani Namagraganyam, why he is called that, who is very chaturya, who is very intellectually good. Sundarkand says, Shat Jojan Tehi Anan Kina Ati Laghurup Pavan Sutalina. Again, when the Rakshasi has taken her mouth so big to eat Hanumanji became very little, went in her mouth and came back. The same way as earlier I said, if the problems are there, we not all the time have to fight. Sometime we can become little, as Hanumanji showing, and make your way and do your, get your result, get your work done. Pura Rakhware, Hanumanji, when he reaches to Lanka, Pura Rakhware, dekhi bahu, kapi mankeen vichar. You say why this Sundarkand is Sundar? Why? Because vichar karke har karya ho raha hai. All the actions are taken in vichar. Hanumanji being capable, he's saying, oh, there are so many people guarding the Lanka. What should I do? He's thinking first what would be the best, not for me, not to show my strength, to do Ram Kaju Keen Bin, to do the Ramji's job, to get his work done. What should I do? Keen man keen vichar, ati laghurup dharon nisi nagar karon paisar. He became smaller, he became little, and he just made his way to the Lanka. Masak saman roop kapidhari lankahi sumai sare narhari. So that shows the strength and his presence of mind, that sometime in our life we don't necessarily has to fight. Sometime we have to understand that what is the greater good, what is the greater result could be, and we become little also sometime. It is not that you have a strength so you fight all the time. You have a strength, sometimes you become little also and make your way. That's what Hanumanji teaches us from the Sundarkand. Because he knows the strategic clarity, Hanumanji knows his mission is only for Ram, uses intellect and focus to search Sita Ma in Lanka, and that is how he were able to do and find Devi Ma Sita. Wisdom, buddhi, gyan. Gyan kya hai? Brahma astra tehi sadha, kap man keen vichar, jaun brahma sar manahu, mahima mitai apar. Hanumanji, being incarnation, being the avatar of Lord Shiva, was definitely able. When Indrajit has thrown Brahma Astra to him, he could have easily avoided it because he is Shiva. That Brahma Astra, he can easily avoid it. It won't do anything to him. But being a Jnani, having wisdom, is this, that he knew that shows Hanumanji's wisdom, because though he is capable of avoiding the Brahmastra, he surrenders himself again because of Ram Kaju Keen He Binu. Again, because he has in the mind that I'm not acting for myself, I'm acting for behalf of Rama, I'm acting for Ramji. Then, and also he knows, this is where the wisdom comes. He knows even I can avoid this, but jauna brahma sarmanahu mahima mitahi apar. The apar mahima, the which is very praised, the brahmastra is something which is used, it will always work. If I myself avoid it, the mahima mitai apar, jo bhi mahima hai, whatever the result of brahma astra or brahma, it will go, it will be disrespected. So he surrenders and shows his wisdom, and he becomes easy, and he becomes chained to that Brahmastra. Shows the wisdom of Hanumanji, how he shows the heroism, how we learn heroism in our life. This is where Hanumanji ulat palati lanka sabajari kudi pura para punisundhu majari. Hanumanji, when he is fairest form, when they are burning his tail, he burns the entire Lanka and shows his heroism, shows his strength. Chale mard unchas, the 49 types of winds are helping him, and he burns down. Ulati palati mani, in all each corner. He is not just burning something and leaving something. Ulati palati Lanka sabajari. Burning the Lanka was not an ego, but a heroism for Dharma. That when the actions are needed for restore the Dharma, for the righteous thing, you have to act. You cannot stay still. You have to act for Dharma. You have to understand that this is Dharma, this is the right. And then his roar in Lanka symbolizes the triumph of the righteousness. उनकी दहाड़ से पता चलता है कि सत्य की ध्वनि क्या है, सत्य की आवाज क्या है. वो भगवान जब वहां पे दहाड़ते हैं, when he makes the roar sound in the Lanka, that symbolizes the righteousness. That is when everyone understands the Dharma. In conclusion, we understand this Sundarkand by this, that it teaches our selfless surrender for Hanumanji towards Sri Ram. It teaches us courage, crossing impossible oceans. It teaches us wisdom, strength, strategic clarity in our mission. Then cleverness is diplomacy in action, how to react, how not to react, and heroism, victory of Dharma over adharma. Sundarkand inspires us to live with faith, fearlessness as Hanumanji, faith as Hanumanji, and wisdom just like Hanumanji. So in our course, we are going to learn all these life lessons from Sundarkand, and gain the benefit of doing Sundarkand. Also, I'm going to stop here. Also, doing Sundarkand, it's not in Khadi Boli Hindi. The Sundarkand is in Awadhi language. So we will understand again some right pronunciation, because you may be mispronouncing it. So many people has a difficulty pronouncing some words. In our class, we will focus on pronunciation of Sundarkand, that kaise usko shuddhata se bole, and the meaning of each doha, chaupai, soratha, chand, and then we will go on there. This is also a first part of Sundarkand, where we are going from. It has 60 doha, 60 दोहे हैं, जिसमें कि हम पहले पार्ट में दोहा नंबर फर्स्ट दोहा नंबर 30, which is starting from Devi Maki. It start from looking for the Devi Sita, and then the 30th, when he brings the message back to Rama. That much we are going to cover in part 1 of Sundarkand. So I would stop here. If you have any questions, anyone from our participants, please do ask.
Wonderful. That was amazing. I feel like you were talking to me, I think the way that you were explaining it hit a lot of people in terms of, step up and do your dharma, right? And take the courage, get the courage. This is also a two-part course, right? It's Sundarkand 1 and then Sundarkand 2, right? Yeah. Yeah. So Anuji, thank you for that. Yes, also. So the graduate programs at HUA are on the semester system. Our community education program is on a quarter system. So these are going to be 3-month courses. A little bit different. It's just little semantics in terms of semester and quarter. But in case you are considering other courses, it might be helpful to know the exact details. I've just put the details of the Sundarkand course in the chat as well. It's going to be on Thursdays, starting October 9th. In about 5 days it starts. It's going to be 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, a little bit earlier, like 6 p.m. Pacific time. kind of early India time. It's going to be a $200 course, and there are scholarships available, especially if you're enrolling from Bharat, Africa, South America, Australia, other places where the income difference is significant. So please do consider that course as well. Both of these are going to be amazing. Maybe you're interested in both. Maybe one calls to you more than the other. That's what it is. That's why at Hindu University of America, we offer so many courses with so many different faculty, like the wonderful Acharya Mitunjay Manitri. So, yeah, let's take your questions. I'm not seeing too many that we haven't answered yet. Anuji got you on the time and the dates. Surendraji is saying Goswamiji also wrote Vinay Patrika. Yeah.
Yes.
Surendraji is then asking, how much is the difference between the Sundarkand written by Valmiki and Tulsidas ji? And I want to correct myself as well. Yeah. So different versions and who writes them and what interpretations, and then how do we bring that forward?
I'm very thankful to this question because I completely forgot to mention that during this our learning of Ramcharitmanas Sundarkand, we will be adding some facts and giving a comparison study towards Valmiki Ramayana and Tulsi Ramayana both. So the general differences are number of shlokas. The story there is a little longer. Some of the events are there which is not in Ramcharitmanas, but the main significant incidents and everything are the same. But the number that is written in Sanskrit, this is written in Hindi, Awadhi dialect, all those differences are there. But we will be seeing the Valmiki Ramayana, giving the comparison towards what Valmiki ji had to say about that action and what Tulsidas is saying. We will be learning both.
Great, great. Chowda Laws, that's Mitsu, my wife. She's asking, in Hanuman Chalisa, there is a sentence, Tulsidas, oh man, my Sanskrit is not.
That's okay.
Harichera I Kijai Nata Hriday Mahadera. Yeah, I need to take the Sanskrit classes, I know.
Is it in chat, Ankurji?
It's in the Q&A box. In the Q&A box. And so she's asking, do we have to recite it as is, or can Tulsidas be replaced by our name? Right? Who are we honoring in the particular sentence, shloka?
We have recite as it is and no. Because you will get anyway the benefit by doing it. Let Tulsidas ji be there because that is why the poetry is written to known that it is done by Tulsidas. If the very beginning some bhakta has removed Tulsidas and put his name, the Kriti, the author must have been lost. So anyway, you will get, because the Tulsidas is being the first one to make it and do it. So Tulsidas Sada Harichera, and that Tulsidas is not representing himself. Actually, he is representing all the devotees. So Tulsidas Sada Harichera Ki Jayanath Hriday Mandira.
Makes sense. He's a stand-in for all devotees. Great. All right. I think we're nearing the end. Oh wow, it's already 10 minutes past the hour. Yes, we covered a lot, learned a lot. Hopefully you were inspired, encouraged, motivated. And we'd love to have you take one of these courses, any course at HUA, get involved, get engaged, join us on this dharmic mission, and connect with wonderful faculty, teachers, gurujis like Acharya Sri Mrityunjay Trivedi ji. All right. I'm Ankur Patel, Director of Outreach for Hindu University of America. Always glad to host and be here with you. Feel free to reach out to me on any questions you may have. We're going to continue to do these webinars. We're going to continue to offer courses. We're going to have events in your community, tabling at Dashera events, at Diwali events, getting people together, getting students, HOA students together in the community, and maybe having our faculty come and give an in-person lecture. Acharyaji, we're going to organize that in Southern California real soon. Awesome, awesome. And please do join Hindu University of America in whatever way you can. Hopefully these courses inspired you and you'll enroll in this upcoming quarter starting this week. All right. So that is it from me. I will give it to Acharyaji for closing thoughts and maybe end us on a mantra. My pleasure, Acharyaji. It's amazing to see. I don't want to 2, 3 years ago when you started to where you are now, I'm so glad that we have you at Hindu University of America as one of our faculty. It's a real pleasure. Your students appreciate it, we appreciate it, and we're gonna have a successful quarter coming up. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Ankaj. It means your word means a lot. I am honored to be a part of Hindu University of America. Thank you so much, all of you who joined this webinar. If you have any question, as Ankurji said, you can write it to Ankurji. You can write to HUA support team. Just these two courses we will be learning. There are various courses in our website. Please check it out. Any question regarding the class structure, anything, you please reach out to us. I again thank all of you to spending your precious time. It was a Saturday. You could have been doing something else, but you chose to be with us today. So again, धन्यवाद सभी को धन्यवाद. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग् भवेत्. May all be sukhina, may all be happy. Sarve santu niramaya, may all be disease free, illness free, kisi ko koi rog na ho. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, we always see good things in everywhere. Ma kashit, no, may no one get in trouble. Dukha bhagavad, koi kisi ko koi dukh na ho. Aisi pratna ke saath with these prayers. Thank you again, and see you all in some course and classes. Thank you so much, and dhanyavad. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.